You're studying a lot, but you still suck. This is exactly what you need to do to get a band 6 to study weekly. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name's Andrew Malcolm. I failed math in year 11, and in year 12, I topped New South Wales. Ever since then, I founded a tuition company called ACM Tuition. So for the last 5 years, I've been helping hundreds of HSC students score a band 6 in the HSC for standard maths. So with that out of the way, before you do any of that bum-ass homework your teacher set, you need to understand studying longer does not equal more marks. Studying longer equals dumbass. Reason being, this thing here, the point of diminishing returns. This is a graph that looks like this. Right, eventually, right, you're studying for 20 minutes, right, beneficial, 40 minutes, beneficial. But eventually you reach a point where the input you give does not accurately reflect the output you get. So if you're studying, this could go all the way for like 6 hours, right? Maybe it takes you 6 hours to get proficiently knowledgeable of the topic, right? But you need to understand that the point of homework is not to prepare you for the exam. The point of homework is to make it easier to prepare for the exam, right? It's to make the exam preparation period so much easier and smoother. So if that's the case, why the hell are you doing all this bullshit your teacher says? Like, it doesn't make sense, right? So we don't want to study longer, but we want to study more efficiently. And so this is with this 20-minute block thing here. And what this is you need to set yourself out 20 minutes every single day that you have maths, right? Just 20 minutes, right? If we're studying for a long time, we just want to reduce that time so we can make this really beneficial. And then if we need to do more, we can just expand off that 20 minutes. If we need to do less, that 20 minutes is already beneficial, so we can just drop down. All right? So in this 20 minutes, before you even start, before you even pick up a pen, you need to ask yourself, what am I actually trying to accomplish in this 20 minutes? All right? And this just gets out all the fluff, right? What am I actually doing in this 20 minutes to get that band 6? You know when you're studying and then you get to the end of the study day and you're like, what did I actually do? Right? If you don't actually know what you're trying to accomplish, you don't have a goal to aim for. So set yourself a 20-minute block and decide like, what are you actually going to accomplish in this 20 minutes? The next thing is, what do we actually do in this 20-minute block? Right? And you can do two things, right? You always should be doing math when you get it, right? And the reason being is because of this thing called the forgetting curve. So this is our knowledge over here, and this is time. Basically, as soon as you learn something, it stays in your brain. For example, I'm going to say the numbers 6524934, or let's just even say 642597. Right? Eventually, right, as time goes on, you start to forget it. Right? This is what's called the forgetting curve. For example, what were those numbers I just said before? Right? You've forgotten it. Right? So what we want to do is interrupt this forgetting curve. So we know it here, right? It's decreasing. Right at this point, right, we want to know it again. And what this does is it decreases, right, the time it takes to forget information, right? So what we want to do is interrupt this forgetting curve at specific points. And the best way to do that is literally just the day you get home from school. The day of math, you come home, you do it, right? So it stays in your brain. You don't need to be doing this like every single day for maths. Like you don't need to be, revising Monday's content on Friday, because the way the school works is that the topics are pretty straightforward, right? Or continuous, I'd say. What you learn on Monday, you'll probably expand on Friday. So you don't really need to go over it again at home on Friday. Right? So that's this point here. So what we need to be doing is either homework or questions that we found challenging. So if your teacher set homework, right, literally just do that for 20 minutes a day. And if you don't get homework, literally just do the hardest questions that were in your textbook for like 20 minutes, right? You don't even have to do 20 minutes. That's just a rough guideline. And if you want to get a band 6, do not waste time on questions you already did in class that you already get, because it's just easy. It's like people do that because they can get more done and they feel like it's more productive. But like, if you can lift 1 kilo weights and do bicep curls with 1 kilo weights, is that really beneficial past a certain point? Like, it just makes no sense. And also, the reason why I say 20 minutes is because of this. If you're studying an hour a day for standard math and you're not even sitting at 95%, oof, it all helps you. Let me show you this. Right. This is the year 10 math textbook for advanced, right? Look at the thickness. This is the year 12 standard math textbook, right? Look at the thickness and compare, right? Why would you be spending an hour a day studying for so little content, right? You don't need to study for hours for standard math. Literally just 20 minutes and you'll be fine, right? I failed math in year 11 and I topped New South Wales in year 12. I spent around 20 minutes studying. If you're studying more than that, then you're probably not being effective and the results probably show. Next thing is you also need a mindset shift off when you're studying. So, look, guys, if you want to band 6, you got to grow up. We ain't in kindergarten anymore. The point of homework is not to just do it and tick the box. Like, bro, I know because I did the exact same stuff in high school, right? Where the teacher would be coming around and you'll be like frantically copying your friend's homework and they'll be like, no, don't copy. They'd be gatekeeping for real. You'll be writing it down and the teacher's coming and then when she looks, you like pretend, oh, you know, I'm not doing anything. You know, I'm just reading my math textbook like a normal person would. And then when she turns, you keep doing it. Right, guys, we need to grow up, man. Like, the point of homework is not to just tick the box, show the teacher you've done stuff and move on. It's so that you can actually come into class the next day and understand the content so well, you can teach the class the content, any random questions the teacher has, you can just answer it because you're on top of everything. That should be the point of homework, right? Not to just tick a box, like, come on, guys, like, we ain't in kindergarten anymore. This is the HSC on the line, man. Like, lock in. And the reason why it will be easy for me is like, if I saw a question in the test, or if I was doing a past paper and I saw a question I couldn't get, I would just get pissed. Like, it would annoy me. Like, why can't I get this? Like, I deserve to get this. I can't get it. Right? And they'll just annoy me enough to stick through it till I get to the end. Right? Some of you just give up though, which is, I mean, you do you. Okay, the last part of this is the DMDMR method, right? Do, mark, review. Do, mark, review. Say with me. Do, mark, review. Do, mark, review. This is the way you're going to do homework, right? Or any past paper at that point as well. You're going to do the question, right? All the questions as well. You're going to mark them, right? After you mark them, you're not going to write in the answer next to it. You're just going to put a tick or a cross. And then you're going to do the question again. Do the questions that you got wrong again, that have an X next to them again. After that, you're going to mark the questions that you got wrong again. And after that, you're going to review. Now, why is this whole DMDR review method plausible, right? Do, right? We're actually training our brain. We're doing active recall. We're thinking, how do we actually do the question, right? Then we're marking it, right? Just to see, again, an X or a tick. Right, this is just to see what we need to work on again with active recall. After that, we do the questions that we got wrong again. Don't do the questions you got right, just the questions you got wrong again. Right? Again, training active recall. After this, we're going to mark it, right, with an X or a tick. So again, see, what do we actually need to work on and what's easy stuff. After that, you have to do this review. And this review is off the questions that you got wrong either the first time or the second time. Right? You need to, when you're reviewing questions and you got them wrong, all you need to do is look at the first here, right? You need to see if it's a silly mistake or you need to see if it's a content error. The way you distinguish these is you just look at the first line of the work solutions and see, all right, do I actually understand this? Like, did I just put a number in wrong? Did I just round incorrectly? And if you look at the first line of the answer, you have absolutely no idea what to do, right? you actually got to lock it. Come on, guys. We got to grow up. We can't just be like, oh, I'll understand it later. You've actually got to go back in the textbook, right? Maybe look at an example, maybe look at the blurb that they give at the top and piece through what you actually have to do wrong, right? So if it's a silly mistake, you can just look at the first line and then, all right, I'll fix this for next time. And then after you review everything, just have another go. Right, in this do section. Right, if it's a content issue, you look at the first line, no idea what's going on, go revise in the textbook how to study. Right, and I've got pieces on that, videos on that, how to actually revise through the textbook. And after you finish revising everything, what you need to do is for every single question you got wrong, I don't care how easy it is or how hard it is, you need to put why you got it wrong and what you're going to focus on next time. And this can be like 2-3 words. It could be like check, rounding, before calculator. Right? Just a simple phrase, right? So it triggers in your brain, this is wrong. We actually need to fix it instead of just passively being like, oh yeah, I'll remember it for next time. Right? After you do this, make sure you always like note where you go wrong so you can go through it again if you need to before the exam. Right? If it's a content issue, maybe it's like cosine rule or something like that. You can just write cosine rule square or something. Square the x at the end or something like that. Right? So this is exactly what you need to do if you're studying for a long time but not getting results. If you focus on each of these steps, right, you'll get there, right? And at the end of the week, this is very, very important. This is the last thing you need to do. Right? You need to actually see, like, just for the first week as well, right? Other weeks, it doesn't matter. Just see, like, what did you actually accomplish this week? And what can you fix for next time, right? What works? What could be improved? Right? And this is just for the first week to see, like, is this actually working? Is what I'm doing working, or do we need to change it, right? And that's exactly how I help students as well, all right? I see, all right, what worked? What didn't work? What can we look for next time? And then go from there, right? So if you want my help in getting a band 6, or if you want me to make you a full roadmap to how to get a band 6 in the HSC, look in the description or look below and you'll see a link for that. You can book a call with me and I'll build you out a full roadmap to get a band 6 in the HSC. So hope this helped. Let me know if you need anything.